taking down a dead tree is so much more dangerous than taking down a living tree. The fibers in the wood are dry and brittle. You have insects that may have moved in, fungus that may have moved in, and it's very important that if you do take down a dead tree that you do it before it's dead for too long. So this tree is a big black oak. This is on my property. It leafed out last year, and it's important to realize and recognize that the tree went through its natural abscission of releasing all the leaves at the end of the season. So the tree, in my opinion at the time, went dormant and looked very natural. You don't see lots of leaves hanging up on the tree. The reason this is so important is because I'm trying to evaluate just how dead this tree is. How long has it been dead? So sometime over the winter, it did not recover. It did not resprout. It did not come back to life. So here we are in the summertime, and I've been waiting for this tree to come back to life. Oh yeah, it's over the power lines. But it didn't. So it's imperative that when you have a tree that dies, you don't wait too long. Because the longer the tree sits dead, the more of a hazard it becomes. And in this particular tree, it's over my house. It's over my landscape that I don't want to destroy. It's over the power lines. So there's a lot that can happen. So Jorge and I decided it's time to get it out of there. Well, actually, I decided and asked him to help me. Another thing about a dead tree, especially a really hard tree like this black oak, is that the spurs do not go in very well. It's a huge difference when you're using spurs on a live tree. They go in and they seat themselves in the wood, but when it's really dried out, it takes a lot of effort to get it in there.
Okay.
So I opted to do the roping, and he did the climbing at first. We decided to switch off. He did the upper part, and I would do the lower part later on in the day. We've been working together for over 25 years, and because we are a good team, we've grown to understand how to work with each other roping these limbs. When you rope down a great big limb that could potentially put a jolt on the tree, you have to consider letting it slide a little bit. Unfortunately, I've got a wire underneath me, so I can't let it slide too far. So we call that letting it run.
Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. Cut it fast.
Did you hear how I said cut it fast? If he had cut it from the top, the branch would have swung and the motion would have sent it over to the wire.
I got 2 reps. How big is it?
It's about like all the same size of the second one.
Oh, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's about a little big. But if I cut it too small, it's gonna get stuck right here on the odd.
Okay.
That's one. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Hold it.
I was very concerned that the weight of that big branch would possibly break something as it hit the rope. So it's always
Good.
important to let it
Yeah, I'm glad I have
slide,
two
let
wraps.
it run a little bit. That takes some of the impact pressure off of the point where it's tied in.
Problema. Good try, though.
There you go.
Let me try. I'm going to loosen it up. No. Hung up pretty good. Okay, there it goes. Good. Nice. Good job. Good job. Came on this side of the wire. Yeah.
Where are you? This one is gonna go this way over the bird. Right here.
Okay. Let me
So
get.
let it run too.
Let me put a wrap on it.
Yeah, let's put it up and let it room. The longer it doesn't hit the wire, let it go all the way down. If
Okay.
it's gonna hit the wire, stop it.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready, okay?
Okay. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, I'm ready. Listo.
Okay, here you go.
Okay. Oh boy. That's close to you. Didn't want it to hang up. Okay. It's slack.
At this point, Jorge made a decision that he wanted to be tied into the tree that was adjacent to the one we were cutting down. He was able to throw the rope with a knot on it over a branch, and then I sent up the pole saw, and he was able to hook that and pull it back over. What he's doing here is grabbing some twigs from the adjacent oak tree and using them as spacers so it doesn't pinch his saw during the cuts. We can see the apple complex pretty clearly from my property, and it's kind of odd seeing that big round circle out there in the vast metropolitan area. Here you can see the value of having that second line in the other tree, because he's working upside down and that second line stabilizes him. He's got his flip line on, plus he's got, his rope, but he would be spinning all around, but that second line keeps him in a position to work.
Good job, man. I am very impressed.
So we got that much of the tree done before lunch. We took our lunch, and then I was able to use the bucket to get the big wood down.
Further back.
So I took over for the afternoon.
Further back. Okay.
So I built a little case to slip my iPhone 13 into so that I could set it up for video work and be hands-free. But I don't always get the shots quite right because my chest doesn't really follow the camera action too well. We'll see how it goes. It's something new that I've never done before.
Okay, it's all yours. Pull. All right. Hold on.
We did have a pathway underneath us, which was our landing site for the wood, but beyond that was a landscaped area that I didn't want to damage. So I've got a rope tied on this piece, and he's pulling it towards the path. From there on out, I decided to take 4 to 5 foot sections and roll them off onto the pathway, because even though the wood was dead, it wasn't too badly infected up high. So I figured I could mill some of this wood. Now, if the dowel was just a little bit more to the left, my bar would have come out easily. I put a hook on the edge of my bucket, and it works out so helpful in having a place to put your saw while you're working. So I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm including a little preview of the very next video that I'm going to be putting up later on. So stay tuned. Tell your friends this is going to be a good one. Really close call this time.
Oh man, I thought that was coming back at me.